Well, good morning, sunshines. Today is a really gross, wet day here, so I've decided to make another tool cleaner. A lot of you guys have been asking about how I keep my tools so clean and also organized, but no one seems to be able to find this case. Anyways, that's another story. The tool cleaner that I had been using is probably, I'm going to say a year and a half, 2 years old. So it's getting kind of gunky and gross. So I thought I'd just make another one. So I just use old toothbrush heads. And I'm actually using the toothbrush heads that I had in here. I just kind of popped them out, put them in some warm water, picked off whatever glue was there, gave them a good cleaning. They're still great for cleaning off your tools. So we're going to reuse these. This one's going to go in the garbage. Here's my new container. It's just a gum container. That's all it is, nothing fancy. Take the lid off, and I'm just gonna hot glue some of these toothbrush heads in the bottom. So I'll do kind of like this type of a thing. Get out there. So that's what I clean the bottom of my tools off with. I just kind of give it a scrape, and then along the sides I glue them in like this, so then I can do like a little brush up and down. All right, well, let's get going. Right, so I've got my hot glue gun, and I'm just going to pick two of the bigger brushes. I guess those two would be good side by side. And I'm just going to hot glue them down into the bottom of this container. So just a little bit of hot glue. And this one I'm going to want it to go on one side. And then just press it down and hold it. That's pretty good. And then this one I'm going to want to go that way. So I've got little bits here. Oh. Okay, here we go. And then just put it down on the other side here, so that I've got this little section. I can actually put a third in there. I might. How many brushes do I have? Oh no, I'll just leave it like that. That's enough. I can get down in there. All right, so these ones I'm just gonna go around, and I'm going to place them with the handle down. So I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on the back here, and then just a little tiny bit on the end, just to keep it connected to the bottom. And don't worry if you get glue on the side, it really doesn't matter. You're just trying to attach them to the side and the bottom. And they don't have to be perfect, really. I mean, all you're doing is you're just kind of rubbing your tool on the sides of these. So we'll get another one here. Same thing, a little bit on the bottom, all the way up. I'm going to try and put this one in a little bit better. Doesn't really matter where it is, as long as you got those brushes on the sides. I'm not even too worried about the height or anything. There we go. We'll put a couple more in. And I'm not using any special glue either. Any hot glue will work. Just don't put your fingers in it. There we go. Next one. So you see how it's just working its way around, and you're making a little place for your tool to go in and wipe off all that paint. You know what? I think I might need a couple more toothbrush heads. That's okay. I always get my family to save them. I think I can do 3 more in here. So I have 2 more somewhere. I'm gonna have to get them and just, I'll show you how I just cut the heads off. That sounded very morbid, but I do. I cut the heads off them. Okay, I'll just pause this. I'll go get the other ones I have. All right, I have a couple of here. So anytime that we go to the dentist and we get new toothbrushes, or you go and you buy some new ones, I always keep the old ones. They're great for cleaning. I use them for a multitude of things, mainly just cleaning, but we're gonna make your tool cleaning device, I guess, out of it. That one's kind of mucked up. Anyways, I just kind of take them about part way down, and I just take my scissors. Now I'm not going to cut all the way through. All I'm doing is just scoring it, because these things, they actually break pretty darn easy. There we go. So I think all I need is this one. Okay, I'll save these for later. And same thing, just on the back, down on the bottom, and I'm just going to slide that one right in between those. And there we go. Easy peasy, huh? All right, just like that, I let it set up for a bit. I put some warm water in it, and then I'll show you what I do. So I used to just leave the ones that I made just like this, but unfortunately, the length of these, I actually tipped them a couple of times. So I've learned, and I just got a baby's cup, and I just place it in there. So now it's not going to tip. I also have another trick that I use to keep my tools really clean. So I bought a soap dish, I guess it is. I think it's for your kitchen or whatever. And so I place that in there so I don't have to worry about any drips or anything. And then I went and got, you know, one of those sippy cups, and I just put 2 sponges in there. So when I'm switching tools or I'm switching paint, I will first scrub it in here and get most, oh, well, there we go. Hi, Ro. I will use this one first, and then I will put it in there and just kind of, sometimes I'll just leave them in there until I'm ready for the next paint. And even if I didn't get it all off in there, I'll make sure I get it off in there. And then I just dry them off and put them back in the tool kit. So I'll kind of show you what I do here. Oh, don't tip this, Sharon. Okay, so let's say I'm practicing, and I practice a lot. I always have cardstock around. So let's just say I'm wanting to do a center dot. I don't know if this is even the right one. No, probably not. I grabbed the wrong one, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's do 17. Okay, so load up your tool, get all that paint on there, go do a nice center dot. All right, good. Got my center dot. I got all this paint on here. That's okay, watch what happens. Goes in there. All that paint's coming off. I just leave it in there. So now I'm going to do a couple of dots around that. I'm just going to use this just for video purposes only. Let's say I do one there, I do one there. Okay, I'm done with this paint. Whoop! I'm done with this paint, or maybe this tool. I want to use this tool again, but a different paint. Again, just put in there, brush it around, dry it off, good to go. Pretend this is a different paint, blah, blah, blah. Can you hear the traffic? It's very loud today. And then that's it, brush it off. And then, oh, I'm going to reuse this one again. I want to do another dot. Let's pretend this is a different color. And there you go. Another dot. Into the tool cleaner. So you never really have anything drying on. That's why people are asking, what do you use to get the dried paint off? I never have dried paint. So hopefully you've learned something here from me. You've got a little tip, a little trick. Yeah, that's how I keep my tools nice and clean. They never really get dirty. I also wanted to show you another handy little tool that I got, and it is a spoon rest. So I just put a piece of paper towel in there, and then say I'm gonna reuse this one, or maybe say I'm doing a dot and then I'm doing a tail. So what I'll do is, because I'm gonna do a bunch of dots this size, and I'm going to drag out the tail of dot. I'll keep the paint on there. I'll just use it as a little holder. And then let's just say I'm dragging it out. I'm going to keep using this one too. So I'll put that there. And then maybe I want to drag it the other way. I'll add a little bit more. Take this one again. And drag it down. That's it. Just a spoon rest. I think it was $2. That was it.